From the edge of the stone path, young picket around the tall garden hang their eyes with one hand pressed other his chest like he was in the sad romantic drama. Young dramatic lady, can you two stop being emotionally stable for 5 minutes? Seriously, I am trying to protect to my bitter single energy here. The young girl, his eye, but smile. You literally have Jimin number. Why are you acting like you live in a cave? Youngie poking, yeah, and calling him might make me sob. I'm trying to stay cool and mysterious. Taehyung grinned his calm across. You think it's because we had one emotionally revolving we suddenly unbearable young mother under his breath. No, I think you be turned into a roman advice machine. Taehyung patted his head. I know I have. Young groaned again but didn't leave his playful floor hide. The small man tried at his Jungkook just stood beside him, watching them both. His eyes softened, then teasing the banter, the spark, the hung eyes. It made something warm settle inside. Jungkook thinking slightly, this is real and it's mine. Inside the mansion, inside the garden hall of her house, tension cracked like in the air in her private room. Jungkook's mother walked back and forth, heels clicked sharply against the floor. Her arms were folded tightly across her chest, lips parted into a thin line. Jungkook's mother murmured to herself, "A wedding already? He barely knew that boy." She stopped at the window, staring out the dark garden as if her gaze could drag her son back inside and change the story. In the same vein, Jungkook's father sat by the low table, finger curl and crystal glass, drink inside, smack under the soft light. Jungkook's father shining softly. He is in love, darling. You can't order her heart like a business contract. Jungkook's mother voice stuttered. He doesn't know what he is rising. Jungkook's father looked at her and yet you and I risk it too, remember? She didn't answer, but the silence between them wasn't empty. It was full of old memory and quiet. She paused and held up a photo Jungkook as a baby holding a suffer tighter and crying after dropping ice cream on his shoes. Grandma grinned. This one is going in the slight way, definitely, and outside under the stars, Taehyung leaned gently against Jungkook's side, eyes closed, a soft smile on his lips. Yoongi had finally wandered off to probably call Jimin in secret. Mom, sleepy. Do you think your grandma will actually start planning the wedding tomorrow? Jungkook with a low crack. She's probably already on page 4 of her planning notebook. The city lights blink outside the tall glass window of the penthouse, glowing like a warm sun in the distance. Rain tapped gently at first, then grew louder, like even the sky was losing its patience. Jungkook stepped inside, shoulders tight with stress, his black coat damp at the edge. He placed his briefcase beside the console with a soft hand, loosened his tie aside, and tried deep that fulfilled the room. The quiet felt peaceful, but it didn't. In the dimly light kitchen, Taehyung stood leaning against the counter, arm crossed over his chest, his face unbearable. He hadn't even turned on the lights. Taehyung was calm but sharp. Long day. Jungkook nodded was slow. The longest were all the lights off. Taehyung still not meeting eyes. Didn't feel like turning them on. Didn't feel like doing anything. Jungkook one walked closer. Okay, did something happen? Thank God it depends. Does being bored out my mind and talk to no one of 10 hours count as something. Jungkook surprised. Taehyung had meeting all day. Taehyung, I had meeting all day. It's not like I was over having fun. Taehyung snippy was rising. I didn't say you were. Why do you always act like you are the only one who tired? Jungkook closed his eyes for a second, a headache forming between his temples. Jungkook screamed hard. Can you please just stop for a second? Taehyung frozen. His eyes went wider than a nod. Taehyung softly, dangerously stop. Jungkook rubbing his forehead. I didn't mean it like that. I'm tired, Tae. I'm just got home. Can we not argue tonight? Taehyung laughing bitterly. You mean not talk about how I've been walking around this big empty house all day like a display piece, a pretty little fiance waiting for his rich husband to come home? His words were sharp like broken glass, wrapped in silk. Jungkook was harding, finally looking at him. Do you think I don't care that I'm not trying every single day? I think about you all the time, even during meetings, even when I'm trying to balance this company, wedding plans, and my family. Taehyung shouting hard, blooming in his voice. I don't want to be another one of yours responsibilities, Jungkook. I want to be your partners, but instead I feel like I am something you manage, not someone you love. The word his Jungkook like a slave. His mother opened, then closed, then opened again. Jungkook was burning out louder than he meant. That's not fair. You know how I feel. I made it clear I gave you this life, this home. Taehyung cutting him off. I buzzing. I don't care about this fancy penthouse. Taehyung pointed at his own chest. I care about you, but every time you came home, it's like I am just background, something you see, not something you feel. Jungkook stepped back, listened like the word physically hit him. His voice came low but sharp. Jungkook again, Lillian, what do you want from me? Taehyung, tell me. Then the rain outside grew heavier, slapping the window like hands clapped from the drama inside. Taehyung quiet was trembling. I want to feel like I matter without having to prove it every single day. The silence that followed was louder than their yelling. Taehyung turned away, chest heaving. He grabbed the hoodie on the hook by the door. Jungkook watched his face crisp by slow. Don't walk away. Taehyung voice felt not looking back. I'm not leaving because I'm angry. I'm leaving because I'm tired of feeling invisible. And then he opened the door. The rain rush is like a wave, cool and sharp. And before Jungkook could say another word, the slum shut behind him. Jungkook POV, the echo of an empty room. Jungkook sat on the edge of the sofa, elbow on his knee, finger burning deep in his hair. The quiet in the room was too loud. It made his head spin. He stared at the door like it had betrayed him, like it had let him walk out too easily. Jungkook whispered to himself, "What just happened?" He hadn't meant to raise his voice. He hadn't meant for the word to sound like, but they came out that way anyway. Jungkook softly, almost like a prayer. Everything had begun peeling off: work, meeting, endless call, and the upcoming wedding, the pressure from his family. He had tried to carry it all, but tonight Taehyung was his frustration. It cracked something inside him, and now the one person he had finally allowed into the deepest part of his heart had walked away. Jungkook quietly, eyes still on the door. "You were right, Taehyung. I was far away even when I was right next to you." He stood up slowly, his leg felt like a stone, his chest heavier than ever. Jungkook too, empty room was trembling. Taehyung came back. But the room stayed quiet. Only the soft tick of the rain against the window answered him. Taehyung peeped under the rain. The rain was cold, filling in seats. The socks thought Taehyung hood is clouded and his legs slid on his neck. Still he walked one step at a time, fast but animal. Taehyung mumbled to himself, "It's not because the penthouse it never was." His voice was swallowed by the storm, cast past by lights, blurred by tears and rain. Taehyung quietly, "It was the way he looked at me, like I was noise, like I was in the way." He stepped under the weak glass of street light, heart beating too fast for someone just walking to him, but his eyes standing. "I know he's tried. I know he's got 100 things pulling at him, but I just wanted one look, one touch that said, 'I see you, I miss you.'" He hugged himself. "I'm tired, shivered now, not just from the cold, but from the edge inside." Thing was cracking. He never yelled before, not at me, not like that. That moment, the sharpness in Jungkook's voice, the frustration in his eyes, is play again and again in his mind. But deep down under all the anger and hurt, something else whispered him softly, "Maybe we both just scared." He sniffed, wiping his face with his sleeve. "Thought it only is the water more." Taehyung said, laugh. Maybe love isn't always gentle. Maybe it needs a little breaking to know how strong it really is." He looked up at the sky. The rain kept falling. The street was empty. Taehyung whispering to the night, "Will he come after me?" He stood still, one heartbeat. Then another tongue, a whisper almost lost into the storm. "Should I go back?" But the rain didn't answer. And another did Jungkook, Taehyung. The weight of the rain and the word the rain hit him like tiny cold, endless sharp and endless. His hoodie curled to him, spoke his feet, dragged down, clapped against the weight. Each step he stormed outside, half as loud as the one inside him. Taehyung whispering to himself, "Why did I even live without shoes?" His phone buzzed again for the third time, but he didn't check it. He couldn't. He already knew who it was, and his heart couldn't take it right now. He could still hear Jungkook's voice in his head, not the soft teaching voice that you used to say you were when you out. No, it was the sharp one that cold Jungkook voice echo in his mind. Can you just stop? For once, Taehyung flinched at the memory, not because of the word, but the way Jungkook said them. Like Taehyung was too much again, like his feelings were just noise, something heavy, something to push away. Taehyung murmuring as he kicked, why do I always end up being too much? The water slipped up his legs, but he didn't care. He just kept walking. 10 minutes later, Taehyung stood seated in front of Jimin's apartment before he could knock a second time. The door swung open. Jimin rising in a bro, already holding a towel. Wow, you look like a sad music video. Get in before shrooms started growing on you. Taehyung didn't laugh. He just took the towel, quietly letting Jimin pull him inside. Jimin didn't ask a question right away. He just led him to the couch, wrapped a soft blanket over his shoulders, and handed him to a warm mug of tea. Jimin sitting down beside him with a sign. So, wanna tell me why you were out there crying in the rain like you were filming a drama special? Taehyung stared at the tea while slow. He snapped at me. Jimin blinked. Jungkook. Taehyung nodded slowly. I was just talking, just being myself, and he said that like I was annoying, like I was too much. He wrapped the blanket tighter around himself. His finger trembled slightly against the mug. Taehyung softly, it was just the word, it was how he said, like he was tired of me. Jimin rolled his eyes gently. That man, he is so emotionally stuck as a cat. Still, Taehyung didn't smile. Taehyung clearly a whisper. I know he didn't mean it that way, but it still hurt. Jimin leaned back, watching his best friend with soft eyes. Jimin calmly, then let it hurt. You are allowed, but don't let it become something that happen over and over. If he keep making you feel like this, something need to change. Taehyung nodded slowly, like the truth of what was too big to say out loud. Taehyung quite honest. Him, I do, but I want to know he really see me too, not just the version of me that fits into his day when he is not tired. Want to be wanted, Jimin, not just tolerated. Jimin moved closer and gently rested his hand against Taehyung's shoulders. Jimin whispering, he say you Taehyung, maybe too clearly. I think that's what scared him the most. For a moment, neither of them said anything. The rain kept tapping softly on the window. The warmth from the tea stepped into Taehyung's shoulder, but not into his heart. Still, his heart beat in deep play for the first time since the fight. Taehyung softly, I don't know what he'll do next. Jimin gently, let me argue it out, and if he came back, make sure to see all of you, every last soft, sexy part. Taehyung gave a slow and nod because love was not about just waiting it was about being seen, being heard, and this time it wouldn't settle for anything else. Jungkook waited in the silence. The silence in the penthouse felt heavier than ever. It wasn't peaceful, it was empty. Jungkook sat on the edge of the bed, still fingers still slightly wet from the shower. The steam hadn't helped. The silence haven't either. Taehyung tall lay on the floor. His favorite hoodie was missing, but his scent still purple in the air, fresh and curiosity like soft sunshine like Kim Jong-un whispering to himself, stupid. He was not talking about Taehyung, he was talking about himself. Jungkook mumbling low voice, I didn't mean to say it like that, I didn't mean to hurt him. He rubbed his hand over his face. The meeting earlier had drained him. His head was still full of numbers, deadlines, voice dimmed, but now of it excused what he done, what he said. The image of Taehyung's face couldn't leave his mind. The way his eyes weren't hurt, but tried not to show it. The way his lip trembled for just a second before he turned around and walked out of the rain. Jungkook quickly Azubir ran after him, but he hadn't. He frozen. He let the worst side of himself speak for him. The side that didn't know how to comfort, only defend. He looked over all the bed, too big, too cold, too empty. Jungkook get up and walked to the dessert and opened the top drawer inside where Taehyung's socks, all of them were and bright, a rainbow of dark heart stars, and even the one pair with little strawberries. He picked up a pair with tiny yellow ducks and sat down on the floor. Jungkook softly, they are ridiculous, just like him. He smiled weakly, then he reached for his phone, opened the chat, stared. He typed, Are you okay? Delete it. Type again, I didn't mean what I said. Delete that too. Jungkook to himself, why is this so hard? He took a deep breath, his hands were shaking, then he pressed the voice record button and brought the phone close to his lips. Jungkook was trembling gentle. I don't know how to say this right. I'm not good with words when I am mad or tired or scared, but you didn't deserve that. You never do. Jungkook pausing. I'm sorry, come home if you want to. Wait. He hit send before he could stop himself, then tossed the phone into the bed, leaning back against the wall and closed his eyes. All he could do now was wait and hope. Taehyung was in quiet. Taehyung was dark, aspect the glow of the street lights speaking thought Jimin curtain. Jimin was asleep, curled up in the other end of the car, snoring softly. Taehyung lay wrapped in blanket, clutching his phone like it was him only lifeline. He had already replied Jungkook's voice note once, twice, three times. Each time Jungkook was sound a little softer, a little more real. Each time that smell wrecked his voice broken to chest. And message, I'm not good with words when I'm mad or tired or scared, but you didn't deserve that. You need to. I'm sorry. Come home if you want to. Wait, didn't cry, not now, but he felt the tightness in his throat as in his chest. He sobbed to himself, I miss him. He looked down at the screen again. The message was still there, glowing softly. Then maybe he missed me too. He pressed the phone to his chest and closed his eyes. The rain still tapped softly on the window, but inside he finally felt a bit of calm. He didn't know what tomorrow would bring, but he knew one thing. Tomorrow they would talk, then whispering to in the dark. Tomorrow maybe he'll meet me halfway.